Let's now join TVC News correspondent Sarah Ayeku, who is currently at Epetedo. Sarah, we know how significant this location is when we look at the struggle for democracy. What's the mood like at Epetedo as we speak? What's going on?
Veronica, it's been quiet but unusual for a place as significant as where MK Abiola made that declaration on June 11, 1994. And so what you see now is that the area is more like, that's the complex now, is more like a car park for those who stay in the area. That's on Lagos Island. This is Dumare Street, pardon me, where you have the Premier Palace Club in Epetedo. And so what you see now is, this is the hall where that declaration was made, the declaration on June 11, 1994. So if I just take you into the hall a bit, just to see what's going on in the hall, you can see the dilapidated structure that we have here. This is the hall. This is supposed to be a significant part of all of this celebration as we celebrate our Democracy Day. So this is what we see in the hall. You can see the environment. The ceilings are leaking, the walls, the paint on the wall are washed out already, and so you can see what's going on here. You see boxing bags. Earlier this morning we had seen some young persons, some youths and coaches, training people on how to box. As you know, that this is one of the significant things that MK Abiola did in his lifetime, which was investing in youth development and sports. And that's what we saw some persons do here earlier this morning on June 12. Interestingly, two of the coaches that were training those boys, today is their birthday. So for them, apart from celebrating MK Abiola, apart from remembering or commemorating the June 11 incident, that's in 1994, that happened here in Epetedo, they're also celebrating themselves and having that sense, as to how to gather young people in the area and teach them sports. So for now, there's really nothing much, happening here in Epetedo. You can see the statue there, covered in weeds. People are saying that apart from conferring on MK Abiola the highest honor, which is given to the president, apart from conferring him that honor, some places where you have the significant incident happening, like Epetedo, should also, be immortalized in some way. Apart from this structure, there should be something, that historians can hold on to tell history better. Veronica.
I'm wondering if you were able to speak with persons around the vicinity about the significance of that location, what took place there. They are aware of the speech that the late MK Abiola made at that location. What are they saying about the declaration there at Epetedo?
See, it's 29 years now, so for a lot of young people that we saw this morning, they can't really be bothered about what happened on June 11, 1994. For the older generation now, of which most of them are not here, they have, of course, clear picture as to what June 11, 1994 means to them. They understand who the person of MK Abiola, because in this hall, and it's in this hall that you see where you have the Premier Palace Club, Epetedo, Lagos. In this hall, we understand was where MK Abiola had changed his attire. They had brought him in a vehicle, changed his attire in this hall. That's the Premier Palace Club. He changed his attire here, and then they walked into the other hall I took you to a few seconds ago, and then they walked into that hall and made that famous bold declaration tagged "Enough is enough." And so for the younger generation, they can't really be bothered about what June 11 means, or what June 12 really means, or what the person, or who the person MK Abiola is to the generation. But for the older generation, that day is etched in their memory till they die. So a lot of them, talked to us this morning, and they talked about how that day was, but they still hope that the federal government and people would see this place, Epetedo, where the famous declaration was made, as a place of importance and beautify it a bit, so that people can come here, for tourism and to learn history of MK Abiola.
Indeed, Sarah, we do hope that the government will look into that aspect. Thank you for bringing us up to speed.